Celtic are focused on the upcoming task of a Scottish Cup quarter-final against Hibs, but despite this, attention has been turned to more transfer news, as Hatate is the latest name in the headlines. In today's video, we will discuss his imminent future at the club whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic are on course for their 9th domestic treble and their 3rd Scottish Cup in a row, as Brendan Rodgers' side continues to assert their dominance in Scottish football. With the league title all but secured, the Hoops are now focused on lifting what could be their 121st major trophy, with the Scottish Cup as the final piece of the puzzle. Neil Lennon, who won trebles as both a player and a manager at Celtic, is confident that Rodgers, whom he replaced in the dugout back in 2019, can guide the team to yet another clean sweep. With Rangers already out of the competition, Lennon believes Celtic will sense an opportunity. Speaking about the Hoops' chances, he said, "With Rangers going out of the competition early, Celtic will smell blood. You'd like to think that. On the flip side, all the other teams in the competition will be thinking, we've got a chance to get to a final here. Hibs will not lay down. It's maybe not the game that everybody thought it was a few weeks ago." But the fact that Celtic did lose the game last week will top them up in terms of getting a wee bit of revenge and still wanting to put the marker down. We're the number one team. We're the big boys here. And Celtic do rise to the occasion. There seems to be a big game mentality when these kind of occasions roll around. If you look at the squad as well, whether they start or they come on, they all seem at it. Whatever Brendan's doing with them behind the scenes, there's nobody with their heads down or nobody sort of sulking. The substitutions they made against St Mirren on Saturday made an unbelievable difference. In the last half hour going forward, Celtic were breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. And he's got that sort of rotation that he can use with quality players. So it'll be interesting to see what his starting lineup is. He seems to be set on a starting 11, like the one he started with in Munich. And then he substituted them second half against Hibs, started them again against Aberdeen. I would imagine that would be, in his mind, the strongest team at the minute. Although Yang's made a massive contribution, McCowan's been great, so all these sort of parts all add up to what's been a momentous season for them up until now. But this game is going to be a humdinger, I think. Celtic play Hibs at the weekend, a team full of confidence after beating Celtic and winning the Edinburgh Derby. They're also bringing a good travelling support, with 7,000 expected to fill the away section on Sunday. Celtic will need to be on their A game. With the Scottish Cup now in their sights, Celtic are in a strong position to add yet another chapter to their history of domestic dominance. If they can get past Hibs, they'll be firm favourites to make it treble number 9. Now for the main story, with the summer transfer window slowly approaching, Celtic fans are once again preparing for potential player movements in and out of the club. One of the biggest talking points is the future of midfielder Rio Hatate, who has been tipped as the most likely Celtic player to leave if young Scottish talent Lennon Miller joins the Hoops. This report comes courtesy of Scott Burns from Record Sport, who suggests that a midfield reshuffle could be on the cards, with Hatate potentially moving on to make room for Miller. Rio Hatate, currently 27 years old, is under contract with Celtic until the summer of 2028. This extended contract means that if another club wishes to sign the Japanese midfielder, they will likely need to pay a substantial fee. Celtic are in a strong negotiating position, which means that while Hatate's departure is by no means inevitable, the Hoops will have full control over any potential transfer discussions. Should Celtic decide to sell, they will undoubtedly aim for a fee that reflects Hatate's value as a key player in the squad since joining in January 2022. This season, Hatate has made 45 appearances across all competitions, scoring 7 goals. His consistency and ability to perform at a high level have made him a regular starter under both Ange Postecoglou and Brendan Rodgers. His dynamic playing style and technical ability in midfield have earned him a reputation as one of Celtic's most important players. However, at 27, Hatate may see a potential move as one of the last major transfers of his career. The growing interest in Lennon Miller could be the catalyst for a summer move. Scott Burns has pointed out that the 18-year-old is keen to get first-team football, and with Celtic's current midfield depth, it's possible that a current player could be sold to make space for the teenager. As Burns noted in his comments on Hotline Live, Celtic have got a lot of midfield players in there, and the fact that they still want Lennon makes him suspect that one of them will probably be sold, and you suspect it would probably be Reo Hatate because there's lots of interest in him. With Celtic in a strong bargaining position, Brendan Rodgers is likely to take a calm and calculated approach when considering any potential departures in the summer. Rodgers will likely have the final say on whether Hatate is allowed to leave, and while the midfielder's future remains uncertain, Celtic fans can trust that Rodgers will handle the situation with care, ensuring they get the best deal possible if a transfer does happen. The summer promises to be an intriguing time for Celtic, with a possible reshaping of the squad to accommodate fresh talent like Lennon Miller. Whether Reo Hatate stays or departs, one thing is certain. Celtic will continue to make decisions that strengthen the team long-term and secure the club's future in the Champions League. As the summer window approaches, Celtic fans will be watching closely to see whether Reo Hatate's time at the club comes to an end. With a potential move in the works and Lennon Miller on the horizon, the coming months could mark the beginning of an exciting new chapter for Celtic's midfield. In other news, Daizen Maeda has surged ahead as the clear frontrunner for Celtic's Player of the Year, according to Andy Halliday. The Motherwell midfielder believes the Japanese forward has overtaken Nicholas Kuhn in the race for individual honours, thanks to his incredible form since the turn of the year. Before Christmas, Kuhn was arguably Celtic's standout performer, having improved his end product with goals and assists, while also delivering big moments in the Champions League and Glasgow derbies. He's bagged 13 goals and 8 assists, while Daizen hit his 26th goal of the season at the weekend. But Maeda, who had been steadily contributing, has now hit another gear. Since January, Maeda has been unstoppable, scoring 10 goals and providing 3 assists in February alone. His versatility has been key, excelling both through the middle and on the wing while maintaining his relentless energy. With 8 90-minute performances in his last 9 games, he has become an undroppable figure for Brendan Rodgers. Halliday, speaking on Clyde One Super Scoreboard, acknowledged Kuhn's early season form but believes Maeda has now taken the crown. It's difficult for Yang to get minutes because he is up against a guy in Nicholas Kuhn who was the early favourite and frontrunner for Player of the Year. On the other side of him you have got Jota, who has just come into the building, and Maeda, who is now the clear favourite for Player of the Year towards the end of the season. With the way he's playing, Maeda could be in for a clean sweep when the end of season awards roll around. If he keeps this up, it won't just be Celtic fans praising him, he'll be getting recognition from across Scottish football. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you